Sophie, good to see you again. Welcome back to Popternative.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's interesting, right? Because I loved the concept of this. It's one of these kind of, coming of age horror films. It's kind of one of those, who's going to be the final person, like final
Yeah.
girl and everything. A very unique concept. So I wanted to know, even before filming, what was it like reading the script? Because it was a unique concept involving kind of death, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it was so fun. I think what really drew me to this project was this concept of this group that felt very campy, and it was like, who are you rooting for? And then the second you kind of uh uh, get yourself attached or care for a character, they kind of just vanish and so quickly. And I think I was always waiting for them to come back, but they just keep dropping like flies. And there's just no mercy in in this script. And so I think because it's just so from the very opening, just raw and merciless.
Yeah.
I was almost scared for the ending because I was like, how far can they take this?
Absolutely. It's interesting too because I also we talked about this last time because I said, 47 meters on Cage is like one of my favorites. And, we love seeing Sophie Nélisse in horror films or like like horror TV shows and everything. I know you said sometimes you get really scared. Like we talked about like the idea of like watching a playback and maybe it's too scared and everything. Did this one, were there moments where it felt scary to film this one, so to speak?
Um, yes, well, at the I don't want to spoil anything, but
Yeah.
there were certain locations where I was like, this is just eerie. And it's the kind of thing like, when you I'm always the one that watches a horror movie and I'm like, oh, well, obviously don't go there. Like, obviously don't do it.
Mhm.
As characters we had to do it, and I was like, I feel like there's gonna be this weird thing where something sketchy is gonna happen, and we were like, well, I yeah, but they put themselves in that situation.
Yes.
Um, and yeah, there's always it's the same with like Yellowjackets. Whenever I hop on a plane, I'm like, why do I feel like it would be so ironic if I died? Like it
Mhm.
would be just hilarious if this plane crashed because it'd be like, oh my God, the headline would be the star of Yellowjackets dies in a plane crash.
Mhm.
And so that's always how I kind of feel with horror movies. I'm like, why does it feel like I'm gonna get injured or
Yeah.
house is gonna burn down and people are gonna be like ironic considering she's just did this horror movie. You know what I mean? So that's always kind of why I don't love shooting horror.
My coping mechanisms watching horror movies growing up, like I remember going, when I was like PG-13, I went to go see all of them. When I always was like, when I went to go see like Amityville Horror or like The Grudge, I would be like, oh, it's not real. It's just Sarah Michelle Gellar. It's Buffy in The Grudge,
Yeah.
or it's not real. It's
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds. That's how I got over
Yeah.
it, to be honest.
No, I'm the worst. I don't know why I find them so enticing and so fun to watch because I get serious repercussions. Like
Mhm.
they affect my sleep. Like I've had to, like shooting Yellow Jacket. Sometimes I've had to. I remember one night having a really eerie night on set, and then, or even on this, having to call my family on FaceTime so they could sleep with me through
Mm.
the night because I was like, I've just been talking about too many killers, and then obviously you're like talking about real life killers afterwards, or you're doing your research, and then it gets too close to reality, and then I
Yeah.
can't sleep, and I'm scared that I'm gonna see a weird face pop up in my mirror, or I hear like I'm trying to go to bed and like the radiator makes a noise, and I'm like, that's it, someone's in the room, so I have to sleep with the lights on.
My short horror film that everyone produces now on YouTube, and a lot of people have told me that I made it hard for people to go to a motel. So that's all.
Oh yeah. So I'm sorry, I won't be watching it, but I'm so
It's
happy.
funny too. I
It's a
did
compliment to your work, though.
No, absolutely. I appreciate that. I will say though, getting back to Whistle, it's interesting, right? Horror films, horror movie fans are just loving everything. They eat everything up. They dissect it. This one is gonna go to theaters via IFC, eventually on Shudder. Went to the film festival, Fantastic Fest. You've been part of these super big kind of fandoms, with Yellow Jackets and another show that you know what I'm talking about. um, Do you feel like you're prepared now for these fandoms? Because you made Whistle at a time where you made like 47 meters and everything, but like it's big right now. They're the biggest movies out there right now. Like, do you feel like your past experiences with Yellowjackets have prepared you for stepping into those worlds, so to speak, fandom wise?
I mean, not really, because I'm always just baffled and overwhelmed whenever I get to meet people that are just so committed to the projects that I do. Um, I think I try to never think about it too much, because otherwise it comes with, I find, a sense of responsibility that I don't want to let them down, and I want to live up to the expectations, and that's somewhat stressful. So I try to just think like, this is just another project that I'm doing because I love the script and the creative team, and we'll just put it out there and see how people take it. And then whenever I get to meet like that prime audience, like the amount of like love and support and level of commitment and everything they like pick at and pinpoint and notice, like they're just, it makes me feel like I'm not doing my job adequately, because they are just so much better at it than me, and pinpointing all the things and linking storylines together. Like they've called things out before we could even show it on screen.
Yeah.
And so no, I'm just always amazed and like surprised and shocked.
There's a lot of really cool things in Whistle. Like, I can't wait for people to get to go see it in the movie theaters. It's really a movie theater, has those early 2000s kind of feel to it, horror movie wise, which I really like. Super quick before I let you go here. I mean, we talked Yellowjackets last time. I mean, Heat of Rivalry is huge. We can't say much. We know season 2 is coming. People love Rose. Like, it's crazy. What do you think people love so much about this character from what you've seen so far?
I think it's because, I mean, obviously she's an ally, but I think it's because everyone needs a Rose in their life. I think she has such a big heart, but at the same time, has that self-confidence and is not as scared to speak her truth. And we all need someone that will have kind of that unconditional love, but that will also be our voice when we can't talk. And I think that's what she offers to Hudson, that sort of safe space for him to be able to come into his own. But at the same time, she's the one that will need you need someone that will come and physically pick you up and tell you like, okay, enough, like you need to take action with your life. And so I think she offers that beautiful balance of being that safe space for him while also being the one that gives him that little extra push that he really needed.
Absolutely. So well said. Congratulations for everything you are doing in this, entertainment storytelling world. I'm so happy for you. There's so many cool things. I can't wait for people to see Whistle in theaters via IFC. Sophie, good to see you as always. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking with me.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.